So, hello, welcome back to another episode of the Self-Development with Tactics podcast. And today we're going through how to recover from a breakup, timeless lessons from the Stoics, from the dailystoic.com site /how-to- and so on and so forth. It is uncategorized, so there might also be some other articles on that are not categorized. I don't really know. But yeah, let's start. It happens to all of us. We are happily coupled one day, madly in love, walking hand in hand in a lovely spot as the light dies from the sky and the city is set alight, with streetlights and the gentle warm glow emanating from nearby windows. Then there is a spat. A mistake is made. We arrive late on time. Too many or circumstances beyond our control result in a breakup. Whatever the reason, whoever made the decision, the fabric of this love tapestry we call our relationship is torn. So now what? You may wonder. Now we heal. But how? By returning to Asian wisdom, here's advice from the Asian Stoics on how to heal from a breakup. Don't make things worse. How much more harmful are the consequences of anger and grief than the circumstances that arouse them in us? The first rule of holes goes the adage, is that if you find yourself in a hole, stop digging. This might be the most violated piece of wisdom in the world. What most of us do when someone goes wrong or is inflicted on us is make it worse. First by getting angry or feeling aggrieved, and next by flailing around, and before we have much in the way of a plan. Seneca's line was, how does it help to make troubles heavier by bemoaning them? Try not to add angry or negative emotions to the equation. Don't react for the sake of reaction or reacting. Stop digging. Don't call and text them 500 times. Don't download every dating app and rush to line up someone new. Don't go on social media rampage. Remember, we always have a choice. Do we focus on the ways we have been wronged, or do we look for lessons? Do we find aspects of the relationship to be appreciative of? Will we wait for someone to save us, or will we listen to Marcus Aurelius' empowering call to get active in our own rescue? If you care for yourself at all, and do it while you can. I think it's pretty good advice. Don't make things worse. Don't do shit that in the end is just gonna backfire. And I think we all know that. I think we all can also see that. Like, sometimes we're so deeply in our emotions, we are like living in our emotions, and we just do things that we would actually never ever do if we would not feel those emotions, at least maybe not that much. So thinking twice or maybe 3 or 4 times before actually doing something might be also pretty good advice. Like, in the end as well, I do want to point out, and I do think that we can learn something from every single relationship that we've been in. Whether it's been a good one or a bad one, there's always going to be some takeaways for everyone. Whether it is about, oneself, what oneself is doing, and just learning about oneself, and also learning about other people. Some things that, you maybe can do, some things that you can't do. There are many things that one can learn in any and every relationship that one might be in. One just has to be a bit open for that also afterwards. Like, okay, looking back, what can I take from it? What am I searching for in my next partner? What do I want to have? What don't I want to have? And so on and so forth. A lifetime or dead time. We cry to God Almighty, how can we escape this agony? Fool, don't you have hands? Or could it be God forgot to give you a pair? Sit and pray your nose doesn't run, or rather just wipe your nose and stop seeking a scapegoat. Epictetus. The best-selling author Robert Greene says there are 2 types of time in our lives. Dead time, when people are passive and waiting, and a lifetime, when people are learning and acting and utilizing every second. I don't like utilizing every second. It depends on how you're utilizing it, but it is not about work, by the way. Every moment or situation that we did not deliberately choose or control presents this choice: a lifetime or dead time. During a breakup, every part of us wants to complain about how terrible the situation is, how this shouldn't be happening to me, how it's unfair, how we wish we would have done this or that differently. But it's the attitude and thinking that creates dead time we can never get back. It is easy to be angry, to be aggrieved, to be depressed or heartbroken, to hide under the covers and watch rom-coms for weeks. But all the talk of, I don't want this, I want X, I want it my way, this accomplishes nothing. Instead, choose a lifetime. Shift the talk to, this is an opportunity for me. I can learn and grow from this. I will not let this be dead time for me. I think, though, that it is fine to have some dead time. Of course, if this is then like most of your time spent grieving and just complaining and actually not doing anything, being depressed and whatnot, this in the long term should not be the case. And seek therapy if you think you need therapy, or if this might be the case and you cannot really get out of it. On one hand. On the other hand, yes, I think it is fine to grieve. It is fine to be sad. It is fine to just feel your emotions. I do not really like the talk of like, one always has to push and push and push and whatever. No, it's not about working all the time, and I've clearly seen that in my life as well. It's not always about just doing shit and trying to accomplish something. Sometimes it's just about living, and sometimes it's just about feeling your life and yourself again. Because in the end, as bad as just doing nothing all day long is, it is also really bad to do something all the fucking time. I have seen that, and other people told me that. Like, okay, it is strange that you're doing shit all the time, just rest a bit. Especially also because I'm feeling bad from time to time, because I'm overworked. But this is my go-to thing. Okay, let's just, do something. I cannot stand still, but one should. And I would also suggest everyone should. Everyone should stay still from time to time. If it is due to being exhausted, if it is due to having a breakup, there needs to be some recovery time, but maybe calculate it a bit. Like, okay, I'm going to have, maybe a week of heavy grieving and a month of mild grieving. But at some point, one has to start living again, and one has to start doing things again if this was inhibited by the breakup. No shame in needing help, and this is a really big one. Don't be ashamed of needing help. You have a duty to fulfill, just like a soldier on a wall of battle. So what if you are injured and can't climb up without another soldier's help? Marcus Aurelius. No one ever said you were born with all the tools you'd need to solve every problem you would face in life. In fact, as a newborn, you were practically helpless. Someone helped you then, and you came to understand that you could ask for that help. It was how you knew you were loved. Well, you're still loved. There are other soldiers, people who have dealt with the same pain, ready to help you climb out of this. You can ask for help. You don't have to face this on your own. If you need help, comrade, just ask. If having some friends, just really ask them. If you're a boy or a girl, I don't really care. If you're having good friends, you can always ask, and you always can ask for help. Whether you've been in contact with them just every single day the past whatever years, or it's just once a month, just texting this person thing. If this is a good person, if this is a real friend, this person is going to help you anyway. And some people are blessed with it, and some people unfortunately are not. If you're not having someone to talk to, somebody that actually can help you, I don't know, seek therapy on one hand. On the other hand, go into forums, go on Reddit, just search for breakup advice, whatever it might be. Of course, is it critical? I think it is critical. Is it? I don't know. Like, do not believe in everything somebody says. Do not act on everything that someone says on the web. Just think for yourself. Does it make sense what this person is saying, or doesn't it make sense? Period. Try to to be happy. Try to do things that you like. Try to also, and this is a big one, not judge yourself. Like, if you're judging yourself all day long and whatnot, like, this is not going to make anything better. Yes, you might have done something wrong, and or this other person has done something wrong, and you're deeply hurt by that, or the other person is deeply hurt by that, and this, just on the other hand, hurts you as well. But things happened. It has happened. This is a fact. This is the present. You might be able to get back to this person. Don't text this person all the time. I'm actually a really big believer in trying things. Whether this is going to lead to even being more hurt or just not, try it. Like, if this person still loves you, there is going to be some connection again. I don't want to, bring up any hopes. Might be the case, might not be the case. And I would really, really, really assume both sides, like the good, quote unquote, and the bad. Even, well, there is no good and bad. There's when one door closes, another one opens, and that's it. There is a bit left on this, or in this article. You can go through it yourself if you want to. I'm probably going to continue, but up until then, I wish you the best. Please, 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 please do not judge yourself, and I'm going to see you next time. I at least hope. So, bye-bye.